Shalom. Yahawadah Shemya Shabrak to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Ilathaba Shemya Shah to the sisters. Captain the 10,000 Yagarwap on the Oklahoma law class. And the topic of today's law class is we are the nation not desired. We are the nation not desired. And that's that precept in the Bible is just so heavy, because we got to really at the times that we're going through and the days that we are in, we got to really realize that we are those people of the Bible. We are that nation not desired, and that's like I said, even it's so many precepts in the Bible you wouldn't hear when you're in the world. You wouldn't hear in the world in the church or something. You got to come into the truth, and then you hear these precepts, and they'll be so heavy to you and make so much sense to you. And you'll understand why we go through the things that we go through. Because the Bible is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Bible is our constitution, and it's all about us. So when you go into the Bible and you read Zephaniah 2:1, it says, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired." Nation not desired. That means people just, don't desire us. People will not be nice to us. People will not love us. That's the word you should understand. People will not love you. People will not love you. And we've been over here so many thousands of years trying to really fit in. And really sadly being such slaves we've been trying to get the oppressor to really love us. And get other nations to love us. We want to go into everything. We want to be Chinese and everything. You saw that big dumb Oprah Winfrey with her big stupid butt. She didn't brought so much land in over in Hawaii, and see the Lord struck that land. The Lord is plaguing the earth. With all these disasters and everything. And what the oppressor calls natural disasters. They call the fires, they call them wildfires. They're not wildfires, Those are controlled fires from the Lord. The Lord brings all that destruction, brings it down. You know what I'm saying? So in these times we are living in, we got to understand it. We are not to be joined with anybody. Like I said, this people who are familiar with Hebrew Israelites, or what you would call the Hebrew Israelite movement. I hear that a lot now these days, because more people are really paying attention. They're paying attention to us and seeing how things are being, really prophecies are being fulfilled. But people don't want to see. It's so sad because Christians are so stubborn. You're so stubborn. You don't really want to say that we have the truth. You don't want to see those crazy men that stand on the corner and be on social media talking smack all the time, about how sorry you Christians are. You don't want to really say that, that we have the truth. And we've been speaking the truth and bringing it out, more than what you Christians could ever dream of. So that's why when we bring up these precepts, it's like people never heard them. They just like they be like so amazed that this stuff is really in the Bible. That's what so many people see on the streets, on our videos. So many people challenge us when they come up to the camp when we be speaking, because they just never heard this stuff. They never knew these things are in the Bible. That we bring out. Well, Zephaniah 2:1 is about a nation that God did. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's who it's for. That's who the Bible is for. So when you hear Zephaniah 2:1 saying, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired," come on, that's talking to the so-called blacks, so-called Native Indians, so-called Hispanics. It's talking to the nation of Israel, because who the Bible is for. And these times where we living in, we have to gather together, because we are the nation not desired. We are the people that want to try to beat us up when we try to do a job, like the brother on the riverboat. Good Lord. He was just doing his job, directing the boats, directing them which boat park here. You can't stay there long because another boat is coming in. You have to have some order. But this oppressor that we are under, he's the man of mayhem. He don't want to keep order. He want to leave stuff go against the rules all the time. So he's just so disorderly. So he's standing there trying to, and they hear the white people come and try to beat him up. These people are vicious. These vicious people and started beating him up. And the man is an old man. He's an aged brother at 64 years old. It was crazy. Crazy. We are the nation that desired. Anytime the brother can't even do his job. He can't even do his job without these people coming in and trying to beat him up. So they beat the brother down, and you saw what happened. You saw other black people coming trying to help their brother, and that was such an amazing thing to see. The times are past. What we've done, we have let each other down. Like Eric Gardner, he was let down because the cops stood there and murdered him, and nobody stopped them. That was terrible. The brother that got the knee on his neck, all those things where people stood around, his brother on the subway, all those incidents where people stood around, black people stood around and watched, they could have prevented the brother being murdered if they would just helped. So that was good. It would happen in down in Alabama. What the people did, they came, the brothers and sisters, they came and helped that brother that was in trouble. And it's sad, that we are to a time where we're going to have to defend ourselves. And it's sad when we don't see it. It's sad when we don't see that we have to defend ourselves and help one another out and tell somebody and say, hey, stop that. Don't get your knee up that dude's neck. Hey, don't do that. That's the chokehold. Don't get out. You're going to kill him. And then start helping and stop. Like on that subway station, some brother or sister should have came and stomped that devil's head in while he sit there and laid on the ground and choked that brother to death. Nobody should have stood around and let that brother die like that. So these are times of waking up. So this is why the Lord is telling us, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. O nation not desired, because you're not desired. People want to kill you. And the Lord is telling us to gather together because the times we're living in, we're getting closer to the end. We're getting closer where Christ is going to come. Like you always heard, you may have heard in the Christian church, you may have got some understanding when you start listening to our classes. Come on, Christ is going to come back and he's going to crack the sky like all the things, all what you heard. See, it's so sad because it sounds like a farce. It sounds like a joke. It's not a comedy, fairy. It sounds stupid, because you're really talking about a black person getting some salvation. Hispanics and Native Indians, you're talking about us, the people that always lose, is finally going to win. So that's what you're talking about. So it seems, it always seemed like a fairy tale when you talk about us. Us even getting close to winning, it doesn't seem real. So the Lord said, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Verse 2 says, before the decree bring forth. The decree, what is a decree? A decree is an order. A judge gives a decree. It's an order how things are going to be done. Like, I always use the analogy the stance when I went to court, and the judge made me pay the judge made me pay child support. He sent me a decree. The judge sent me a decree of the way I was going to pay and this and that and where my son was going to live. You know what I'm saying? He gave us a decree. So that's an order when it says in the Bible, before the decree bring forth. Before the decree comes down, before the Lord puts the decree, sends the order to the angels, and the angels bring the destruction. Like in Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, in Ecclesiasticus, where it talks about the Lord's the spirits created for vengeance. You know? So it says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is trying to get us ready as a people to come together, start helping one another up. No, Slakia. Start helping one. I wouldn't say stop helping one another. You know, it means to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, and come to. That's what it means. It means coming together. You know, come together and serve the Lord. You know, but we got to come together and love one another. You know, that's the main thing, and that's we don't have no love for one another. You know, that's what's taught in the Isupk and the Commandment Journey Hana. You know, so we got to really learn to really come together. You know what I'm saying? Before the Lord sends Christ to deliver us. You know, like Commander Journey Hana bringing out. You know, it's time for you to get yourself right now. Don't wait till you see the chariots. Don't wait till you see the chariots in the sky. Then you're going to say, "Oh Lord, no, it's too late." Then, and you're going to die with all the oppressors and everybody else who didn't serve the Lord and all the other heathen nations that the Lord is destroying. You're going to die with them. So don't wait till it's time when you see the chariots in the sky. Get yourself right now. Come into this truth right now. Start obeying the Most High and keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments right now. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till you see the chariots because it's going to be too late. So that's why he's telling you before the decree bring forth, you know, before his anger come upon you. Because the Lord is angry. He's angry for our sin, but he's angry at these other nations who are killing us. The nation, the oppressor, you know, the Chinese, the Japanese, the white man, the Africans, everybody's feeding off us, feeding off our sorrow. So the Lord is saying, hey, before I come back and destroy them, he's telling us to gather together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to gather together, you know, keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, you know, and love one another like Christ said. No greater love is. You know, a man died, laid down his life for his friends, you know. So that's what that means, you know what I'm saying? Because what things is happening now, you know, good Lord, that's what people like, that riverboat was so spiritual, the things that happened on that riverboat. That riverboat was so spiritual what happened, you know, that those brothers and sisters really defended that old man from being murdered by those savage people that was trying to do it. Those savage oppressors who was really trying to beat the crap out of the man because he was just doing his job. The man wasn't calling them no names. He wasn't, I mean, come on. He wasn't doing anything but his job, directing the boats where to park, where they can sit, you know, and when they had to move. He was doing nothing but his job, and these savage people came and started trying to kill him. That's what they tried to kill him because they was beating on him. I mean, you start pounding on a 64-year-old man, it's not long before he dies. So that's what you did. You tried to kill him. So no white people could stand around and say, "Oh no, they didn't try to kill him. They was just no. What were they trying to do?" If somebody's laying on the ground and you pounding on him with your fists and your feet and everything, he's going to die. That's going to happen to a young man. He's going to die. That many people? So you got 8 white people beating on this 64-year-old man, and then the other black people come and defended him, saved him from being murdered. They should be held up as heroes. They should be here. You should get everybody's name, even the brother with the chair. Even the brother with the chair, his name should be celebrated. And really, that brother swimming in the water, come on. I mean, come on, man. It's a shame. It's a shame that his name is not mentioned on the news, and his name is not all over social media. If it isn't, you know, I haven't been on in days, you know, so it might be all over. His name might be all over social media, but his name should be celebrated because he swam across the across the little lake. He swam across the lake, dived in the water to get to the other side to help that brother from being murdered. He helped that brother from being murdered. So he should be celebrated. He should be on the CBS News. You know, in the morning with Gail and those other coons. He should be on the CBS News, and they should be talking to him. You know? Because he had so much zeal to help his brother that he jumped in the water. He didn't wait. He didn't run all the way around. You know, I'm not quite sure it'd been hard trying to get around, or he didn't wait for a boat to get across. He jumped in the water and swam across to help his brother. So he should be celebrated. His name should be celebrated. You know, I be watching social media now sometimes. I mean, the times when I have time, and a lot of times I wouldn't say it would be like YouTube. And YouTube, it's funny had Ice Cube and talking a lot, you know, and brothers, people talking against them, people talking for him and everything, and you know, some things that are old too. Some things that are old that are maybe about a year or so ago. And you know, it's sad seeing people like that because really, they want to do good for black people. I couldn't say they evil and want to go against black people, but they want to do good. But see, they don't have the Bible. They don't have the truth of the Bible. Ice Cube is not going to give you the John 3:16 breakdown. Ice Cube means well. He means well, you know what I'm saying? But he don't have the truth. He don't have the truth. That's why it's just what he's saying, it means nothing. If he's talking about, he said that color didn't mean anything because something, I don't know, he said something idiotic like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, why the brothers, people like that trying to do good for black people, they think coming together and talking and sitting down, no, it's not no talking that's going to be done that's going to forgive the oppressor for what he's done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. There's no coming together. There's no sitting down. There's no conversations like all these people try to say. There's nothing that's going to fix that. We are too far gone. We're too far gone. They've done too much evil to us, and the prophecies are being fulfilled. And the Lord's just telling us to come together as a nation. Nation not desired. You know what I'm saying? Because what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Today for the first time, I didn't even know that they made what's his name? What's the little comedian? Kevin Hart. I didn't even know Kevin Hart put on a dress. They made Kevin Hart put on the dress. I mean, I'm just blown away by that, you know, because he had talked before, and like I saw the clip, but he had talked before that he was saying something about, you know, guidelines and things you wouldn't do. Kevin Hart put on a dress and tried to make a little funny skit. I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's what they do to us. And that's why David Chappelle, he should be celebrated because he didn't put on a dress. And he went on talking about that movie we watched with Martin Lawrence. And when Martin Lawrence was a cop, he was faking as a cop or something. You know, that movie with David Chappelle played in it. In that movie, they tried to make David Chappelle put on the dress, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. I mean, it's sad. It's sad what they do to us. It's sad what they do to us. So you get Cat Williams and Cat Williams and Kevin Hart. They are going at each other. We're having words back and forth because Cat Williams said that Kevin Hart sold his soul and put on the dress. And sadly, that's what he did. That's what he did. You know, so it's like, we are terrible as a people. You know what I'm saying? What they done to us. The destruction that has been done to us. It's nothing the oppressor can do for the Lord to forgive him. You know, the Lord has doomed him, and it's all in the Bible, and we bring it out. You know, so the Lord gotta, pay him for what he's done to us. You know, let's go to Lamentations 4:18. No, let me see. No, before I go to Lamentations 4:18, let's go to 1 Timothy 6 and 9. Let's go to 1 Timothy 6 and 9. This is something about us, because what we are people that we want that dollar. We want that money. We want that money. We want to be, see, we are sad because we worship stars. We worship our stars, which means we worship football players, actors, dancers, singers, basketball players, all sports athletes, singers and dancers, movie actors and stuff like that. We worship them. You know what I'm saying? We worship the rich and we try to get rich as a people. That's what we try to do all the time. But look what the Bible says about it, the rich people. I'm saying, I brought out last week about far as like the love of money is the root of all evil. Not this money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money. So I brought that last week. So this week, here's 1 Timothy 6 and 9, and it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation, and a snare. Fall into temptation and a snare, See, what happened is, you so tempted, they tempt you with the money. They hold the money, and all you want to do is make more money. You got to keep your status. So once you get rich, like a person like Kevin Hart, he get rich and he know he can get more money. They will, hey, put on that dress. Hey, come on, just put it. They hang the dress and just put on the dress. They flap the dress from back and forth. Just put on the dress. Kevin Hart, put on the dress. Come on. This is why David Chappelle, they offered him so much money to put on the dress, and he didn't do it. So big shout out to him. But Kevin Hart, no, not him. He's trying to be funny. He put on a dress and tried to, no, it's not funny. Then when Negroes do stuff like that, it's not funny anymore. You're not even funny no more. And he shouldn't be funny to no black man if you really get into this truth. And he shouldn't be funny. Because he's not funny when I see him put on a dress after he talked against it, but now he put on a dress. I didn't know he put on a dress. I don't know how long ago that was, but he was on Saturday Night Live with a dress on. Trying to be funny, but it's not funny. Knowing that brothers before him didn't do it, and the persecution they got for not putting on a dress, and then you're going to put on one thinking you funny? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So that's why it says they fall into temptation. He couldn't resist the temptation of that money. He had to get it. Cat Williams said something real heavy today. I saw he did what he said. He said, well, I may not be getting that 83 million, but maybe I'm getting $1 million a month or something like that, What's really saying is, hey, I'm getting money. I don't have to sell my soul just for them to give me more money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be that terrible that I'm going to go ahead and put on a dress. He don't want to put on the dress. But Kevin Hart, that's the homeborn slave. He put on a dress and try to make everybody laugh. That's not funny. Black people should stop laughing when they see us in a dress. Just stop laughing, stop going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? You in a place like a syndicate like Saturday Night Live, you shouldn't even laugh. That's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Because they are emasculating our men. Now we putting on dresses and looking all disgusting and terrible. That's I mean, come on, man. That's terrible. I'm reading from the top. But they that will, this is 1 Timothy 6 and 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. See the snare? The snare is you got people talking about, you got other comedians like Cat Williams talking about us not putting on a dress. David Chappelle saying not put on the dress. He won't put on the dress. And then the snare is you so greedy for money, and then you're going to put on a dress. That's ridiculous and sad. That's the snare the Bible's talking about. Then it says, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Good Lord. Man, that's what happened to us. Drowns us in hurtful lusts. You know, destruction and perdition. I mean, come on, man. We are terrible as a people because this is what happens to us. You know, we are that nation. We are the nation now. Let's go to Lamentations. You know, now let's go to Lamentations 4:18. Okay. Lamentations 4:18 says, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. You know, our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. You know, for our end is come. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that are happening right now. Our end is definitely near. Our end in this kingdom, in the sinful kingdom, is near. You know, all the things that are happening, so many things that are happening, and it's so heavy because they're prophecies in the Bible. So when you look at these things happening right now, you can tell our end is near. Our end is near. So time is getting so short. This is why we stress so hard in these classes for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come into this truth. You know, put down your sins, you know, and then really come and serve the Lord, you know, for these end times that are coming. You know, for those people on that riverboat, for those white people to even raise up and try to beat on a man who's doing his job. And they really thought that they was going to get away with it. I mean, they didn't. I mean, come on. They're so used to us standing around watching. They felt the freedom. They felt the liberty to go ahead and beat on this old black man. To beat on this old black man, and we supposed to watch. That's why I'm saying it's so spiritual. It's sad when you're not in the truth and you don't understand how spiritual this was. You know, you see on social media different brothers, even white people, joking about this boat, the boat ride and stuff, incident in Alabama, in Montgomery, Alabama. You see a lot of people just making jokes about it, you know. But it's sad when you don't really understand, you don't have your eyes open, and you don't see the seriousness of it, and you don't see the spiritual side of it. You know, that people came together to defend their brother. You know, so it's like really like when you talk about these scriptures, come on, we just read Lamentations. They hunt our steps. They hunt our steps. That means everywhere when you leave the house, you're in danger. You're in danger because this oppressor is trying to harm you some type of way. Kids go outside to play. They got to be careful. You got to give them a speech because the oppressor is trying to harm them in some kind of way. You know? So when you look at these type of things happening, come on, they hunt our steps. Our end is near. Our end is near. Anytime white people had the liberty to come out and try to beat on a black man who's doing his job, that tells us our time is near. That ain't never happened. I mean, come on. You've seen white people beat on a black man when nobody's looking, and they thought nobody was looking. You know what I'm saying? And it would get caught on videotape. You've seen that. But a man in broad daylight, a black man, an old black man, doing his job, and white people going to come and pound on him for doing his job? Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you got to understand our end is near. Our end is near. Because for them to have the freedom to just, I'm going to beat on this nigga and he ain't going to, I mean, an old man, I'm going to beat on this nigga and nobody ain't going to do nothing about it. And they came up and they tried to do it, but man, they had another thing coming. Because those brothers and sisters in Alabama, they came up and, oh man, they said it straight. They said it straight. Man, so when you see these things happen, come on, these prophecies are out of the Bible. Our end is near. You know? Our days are fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? In the sinful kingdom, our days are fulfilled. You know? We don't know we don't know what's the number that the Lord have. Who knows? The Lord might send him Yahawadah tonight. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. But we know time is short by the way things are happening. You know what I'm saying? Things are happening. People are waking up. I see, people, when we speak down in Oklahoma City, come on, you got Native Indians. They like, yeah, all right. Native Indians, Hispanic brothers, they coming, all right, get a flyer. They listen. I see on Facebook, they are listening, Our days are fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? For our end is come. Man, these things are happening, right now. You see it. It's all, come on, man. When you go down to verse 22, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion. O daughter of Zion, that's Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Israel sits on Mount Zion in Jerusalem. Man. He will, Salaki, I'm gonna read them. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Good Lord. So he's going, hey, now look, he said what we've done is accomplished. Salakia, our punishment is accomplished. That means all what we have to do now, we have to gather together, like Zephaniah 2:1, like I started with. We got to gather together. Because right inside, I'm keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Because right now, he's discovering all this. That means he's looking back on all the sins that the oppressor done to us. And all the rest of the heathens, all the nations who went against Israel, that's planet, went against Israel. So now he's looking on them. But the main culprit is Edom. The so-called white man. The so-called white man and woman and child. The white people. The Edomites of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? He's going to discover their sins, As we said, our punishment is accomplished. He's going to discover their sins. That means everything they did, you know what I'm saying? Even the things they thought they got away with are being uncovered. Why do you think new things come out of evil that the oppressor did? Evil that the oppressor did to us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, evil things that they did and are coming back on them. The Lord is discovering them. It says it right in the precept. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. That means all what you've done, he's going to bring it back and he's going to make you pay for it. That's the main thing. That's the real definite message in this precept. He's going to make you pay for it. He's going to make you pay for those sins. That's the thing. When he said he will discover thy sins, he's going to make you pay for it. Yes, white man. He's going to make you pay for your sins, for what you've done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what that's saying. He's going to make you pay for it. For all the things you've done, he's going to make you pay for it. Even those devils that started that riot in Montgomery, Alabama, that first jumped on the black man, the first ones, do you know they came back and arrested them. They came back and arrested them. And this is why, what I'm saying? It's like, good Lord. This Bible is alive. It's alive. It's alive. And it's coming. It's going to help you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. It's going to help us. But what we got to do, we got to come back to the Most High. We got to come back to the Most High. We got to serve the Lord. It's sad to see people like Ice Cube, they got so much passion and zeal, trying to help black people. But Ice, it's not going to work. You got to get into the truth. Somebody got to give that nigga a flyer. Give him a flyer. Give him a flyer and tell him to contact the Isupk. We got brothers in Cali. I just finished watching Brothers in Cali. stop at one of them down in Cali and speaking on them, speaking in Cali. We got brothers in Cali, you know, but you're just trying to come together and, do things with the oppressor. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's going to fake like he love you or want to. Even he won't even. He'll fake like he want to tolerate you. He only want to tolerate you. You know what I'm saying? He only tolerate you just so you can make him some more money. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to show you that, hey, he don't love you and he don't want to be bothered with you. He's going to show that. He's going to show that. So that's why, it's really, it's sad to see brothers that really thinking that, they just don't see it. They just don't see it. And that's our job in the Isupk and Command Journey Holland to reach out to those brothers and try to get those brothers in to listen. This is why we have these classes. We share these classes all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So other brothers and sisters can see it and know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Helping those brothers like Ice Cube who really think that it's all going to work out. If we got man, Ice Cube is getting grayer. He's getting whiter by the minute. Like you watch him, you watch Ice Cube, an interview with Ice Cube, he done got whiter and grayer. His beard done got whiter since he been sitting there. You know what I'm saying? If you see it live. Because he's really just trying to figure out a way that he can still make money. You know what I'm saying? And so the white man won't oppress him. It's really so the white man won't allow him to make money. You know what I'm saying? So he's just trying to dummy it up. Black Lives Matter it up. You know what I'm saying? Something like that to make it nice. And I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it's no peace with them. The precept said, hey, and what is it? I believe it's first address. It says never seek peace. Never seek to have peace with these people. But see, we have seek to have peace with them. And look at us now. You know what I'm saying? Man. It's no hope for them. Let's go to Psalms 119 and 155. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms 119 and 155. Psalms 119 and 155 says, salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. You know what I'm saying? Man, they don't seek the order of the Most High. So they are far. The oppressor and all these other heathen nations, they are far from salvation. Isupk, go and turn it down. You know how to click it to the AC. You know how to click it to you turn it on. Yeah, because it's getting kind of hot in here. All right. So this says so heavy. It says far. Why we try to make friends with them? While we try to make friends with them and be okay with them, the precept says salvation is far from the wicked. Hey, did you turn it on?
Yeah.
Huh? I don't hear it. You should turn it all the way to automatic.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Now it's on there. All right, that's good. All right. Yeah. So Salaki, everybody. So now Psalms 119 and 155 says, salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. In this context, it's talking about the oppressor, while we try to save them. You know what I'm saying? And any Israelite who's not trying to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you are wicked. But that's not talking about them Israelites right here. It's some of the oppressor. It's far from them. Why is it far? Because they can't get it. They can't get salvation. It's far from it's like they reaching out and like, I just can't reach it. It's far from them. They can't reach it. They reach out their hand trying to grab something and you just can't reach it. Like, it's far from me. It's too far from me. I can't reach it. That's what salvation is to the wicked, to the oppressor. To our oppressor, there's no salvation for him. So while we sit down and try to have a little, what they say, conversation and try to talk intelligent with these maniacs, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do them. Like the precept said, they won't listen to the voice of charmers. You know? Man, you can't charm them. You can't sit down and have a conversation of how to help black people and what's going to be better for black people, what's going to be better for the Hispanics and Native Indians, what's going to help us rise and not be done to so awful all the time. You can't sit down and talk with them about that. You can't sit down and talk to them about that. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You can't make them better. Because we just read the precept, salvation is far from them. They can't even get no salvation. Salvation is far from them. You can't talk sensible to them and something going to tweak in their mind and they're going to say, oh, and have some empathy and sympathy for us. You know? So it's be so sad to see us sitting down trying to, make things better and try to talk intelligent. Give that Negro Ice Cube, give Ice Cube a flyer, please, somebody. Give him a flyer. It's so many things I've clicked on social media, on YouTube, of him trying to talk to some oppressor about what's going to help black people. That Negro don't know. He don't know. He means well, but Ice Cube is not going to give you the John 3:16 breakdown. I said that before. Ice Cube is not going to give you no understanding of the precepts in the Bible. You got to come to the priests and prophets of the Isupk on the Commander General Yahawadah to get some understanding on the oppressor and what's tweaking in his deranged, twisted mind. Because this oppressor means to kill us and wipe us out. That's all. Or mainly just have us under our feet. Because like I said, he would rather you just be a slave. Because he's too lazy to like kill us all off. No, he gotta have a slave. He gotta have somebody do it for him. You know? He gotta have somebody that have the mind. Because the oppressor doesn't even have the mind to build things like they have built. You know what I'm saying? We do that. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians do that. We built these empires. We've built America. We've done all these things. For the oppressor to sit back and punish us and persecute us all the time. Boy. This is why we say our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the devil. Devil means deceiver. He's going to make you think you have a chance. You have an equal opportunity to build and be rich just like me. You have an equal opportunity to get your own riches. And no. It's not for us. Because why? We get sinful anyway when we start living like him. We start turning on our people. We start sinning against the Most High because we living like him, like the oppressor. This is why the Most High says choose none of his ways. Because we get money and we start choosing all his ways and living just like him. Then next thing you know, we doing dumb stuff like all these performers and stuff. We doing stuff like them. We living like any crazy oppressor because we copying their nature. We copying things that they do. We copying their lifestyle. We copying their heritage. We have our own heritage. It's in the Bible. But we don't follow it because we really don't even know it. Because why? You know what I'm saying? That's what happens to slaves. You crazy Negroes, you think you free. You're not free. You're not free. Somebody needs to tell Ice Cube that. Ice Cube and all those clowns. The nigga, you ain't free. You're not free. You're still a slave. I know you're trying to help. You're trying to help, but you got to get into this truth. You got to get into the truth. Like I said, give him a flyer. Get a flyer and be well off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But our oppressor has done too much to us. You know what I'm saying? This is why in Isaiah 45:17 it says, so Israel shall be saved. Israel shall be saved. We the ones going to be saved. We are the nation that desired. You know what I'm saying? We're God's chosen people. Now, in a sinful kingdom, just to put this to your mind, okay, Christians? In a sinful kingdom, where will God's people be? We will be on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And when you read the Bible and it tells you to walk the straight and narrow, that means, hey, you got to suffer something. You got to give up something. You got to give up something. You got to give up something to strive and get that kingdom. For the Lord to have mercy on us and send Christ back to save us. You got to give up something. You know what I'm saying? You got to suffer something. And a lot of times it's not even hard to do. It's just your lust that you have. You got to give up your lust you have. Your lust for your lust for for your things that you have, like your riches. You know? Because trying to save this oppressor, come on, we just read in Psalms 119 and 155. Salvation is far from the wicked. You know? They don't seek righteousness. They don't seek statutes that the Lord has up. That means parameters and things and laws in the Bible that God has set up for his people. They don't seek that. They don't seek righteousness. They seek after everything evil and whatever their lustful minds can think of. So that's why salvation is far from them. They can't get it. It's far from them. It's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Man. This is why it says what? You get Luke 21:10. It says, nation shall rise against nation. We are in those times. We are in those times when nation is going to rise against nation. Boy, kingdom against kingdom. You know, that's World War III. That's World War III right now. So right now, you saw in Montgomery, Alabama, you saw a tidbit of nation rising against a nation. And boy, the oppressors that are on social media, they are funny, the comedian ones, you know. They try to laugh about the riverboat. One oppressor was trying to laugh about the riverboat and said, they beat the crap out of white people and stuff like that. But you can see the fear in his eyes. You can see the fear on his face. And you can see it was a real artificial laugh that he had. You know what I'm saying? And it's fear. It's fear. Because those times are upon us. Those times are here right now. When nation is going to rise against nation. And it's so sad to see that the black brothers and sisters who chose the oppressor for a husband or wife. Boy, it's sad to see them. Because now they're looking like, where are you going to stand? Where are you going to stand? Now, if you're a black man with a white wife, good Lord. Race wars are here. They are here. Nation's going to rise against a nation. This is prophesied in the Bible. In fact, let's go to it. Let's go to Luke 21:10. I pulled this last week. It says, then Then said he unto them, Christ said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Man, that's what's so sad to see. I mean, down in Oklahoma, these people are, boy, they're so destroyed, man, boy, it's have you shaking your head. I mean, come on. Down in Oklahoma, man, good Lord, it's a dime a dozen. I brought this up so many times in the class. I mean, because it totally, I mean, I wouldn't say it amazed me because it doesn't. I'm past the point of amazement when I see destroyed Israelites in Oklahoma. No, I'm past the point of amazement because when I first came in here some few years ago, I mean I was so totally amazed at how destroyed blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians was in Oklahoma. And mainly like Judah. Judah, I mean, you see Judah, so-called black man, boy, man, so many of them. Then so many old black men with old oppressors. Man, good Lord. This is why I call it the dime a dozen state. Every 12, 10 of them have an oppressor for a wife or a husband. Boy, man. But the main thing is, it's crazy because you don't see a whole lot of, the majority is black brothers. You know what I'm saying? The majority is black brothers, but then you see some black sisters with oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Some, very little. Then sometimes you see like Hispanic tribes. Like some of them like maybe go to college and get hooked up with an oppressor. Native Indian, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Then either way, it's Israel going with the oppressor, and it's terrible and sad, and it's destroyed for the lack of knowledge. What we are, Hosea 4:6. This is how we destroyed, and this is why you see in Luke 21:10 when Christ said, "Nation shall rise against nation." It's going to be hard. Where are you going to stand? Because you see so much. You had kids. You had kids, you get grandkids. This is why it's a law. It's a law for a black man not to have sex with a white woman. Not for Hispanic, Native Indian man and women to have sex with oppressors. That's what I'm saying. That's what we call oppressors in the Bible. That's who they are in the Bible. The Lord said we'll be sold to the oppressor. Our enemies. That's what the Bible said. So, with that, it's so many of us destroyed. So many destroyed. And where are you going to stand in these times? Where are you going to stand in these times? This is why it's in the Bible. This is why it's our law. This is why it's for us to teach our kids right now. The kids that are growing up, don't do that. Time out for that. Time out for that. Forever. Don't do that. Don't join with the heathen nation. These are heathens unto the Lord in the Bible. It's for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians for us to marry blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Most High God is a separatist. This Bible, the Holy Bible, King James translation, is about separation. That's why Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because God's people have chose Christianity and don't understand the Bible. We've chose Buddha and don't understand the Bible. We chose Islam and don't understand the Bible. I mean, it's so sad. Christianity is so sad because we have the Bible. We have the King James translation Bible, and we don't even understand it. That's the sad part. That's the destroyed part. Being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Things were done to us. Let's go to Psalms 55 and 20. You want some more? This is about the Native Indians. This is about the Native Indians. He put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. What is that precept talking about? Huh? Christians? What is that precept talking about? He put forth his hands, against such as be at peace with him. He's talking about the Native Indians when Christopher Columbus and all the white people came from Europe and came here, and the Native Indians were here, and the Hispanics were here. And you know what the Native Indians did, though? The Native Indians helped them through the winter. They didn't know how to survive. Can you imagine that nasty white skin, hairy skin, was all red and raw? And they didn't know how to survive, so the Native Indians helped them out. And you know what? Those oppressors did? They ended up killing the Native Indians. The Native Indians signed treaties, peace treaties, over 100 peace treaties with the white man. The white man broke every last one of them. That's what said he had broken his covenant. They broke the agreement. This is what the oppressor did to the Native Indians. And then the whole story is about scalping. Like, the Native Indians, they scalped the white man. So many movies when I was little, when I was young, they were talking about the Indians. The Indians were always scalping. Well, the white man scalped the Native Indians, and they got so much money for a scalp of a Native Indian. The hair, that's how they scalped them. They killed them, and then they scalped them. They cut them, took the hair, the skin off the head with the hair. Yes, the oppressor is just that savage. Just that savage. He's a savage maniac that he will cut around a dead man's Native Indian's head and pull his skin off his head with the scalp, with the hair, and take it back, and he'll get money for it because he scalped an Indian. But they told us lies that the Native Indians went around and scalped the white men, the white cowboys. So as a kid watching cowboy movies, we wanted to be the cowboys. We didn't want to be the Indians, because the Indians were the bad people. And the Native Indians were the bad people, and the white cowboys with the cowboy hats, they were the good people. They were the good guys. So we always wanted to be the cowboys. I remember my brother Cecil had a Long Ranger and Tonto. I didn't want to play with Tonto. Tonto was an Indian. He was a bad guy. I wanted to play with the Long Ranger. I wanted to play with the white guy with the cowboy hat. Give me the Long, and I heard the legend of the Lone Ranger. He was a black man anyway. But the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. He changed that. But I can remember my brother had the Lone Ranger and Tonto. Shoot, I didn't want no Tonto. I mean, he gave me Tonto to play with. I let Tonto out the window. He was driving in the car. I threw him out the window. True. That's how much I care about a Native Indian. That's how they destroyed us as kids. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be the cowboy. We didn't want to be the Indian. Our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. They're the devil. And that's why this precept's saying he put forth his hands to be at peace with him. The Native Indians were at peace with the white man when he came to America. They didn't try to harm them. But you know what the oppressor did? The oppressor, they knew the Native Indians lived off the buffalo. You know they killed the buffalo? It's pictures with mountains of bones, of buffalo bones. I mean, they got so many stories high. They got a man looked like he did this little. He's standing on a big mountain of buffalo bones. They killed the buffaloes to starve the Native Indians out. The Native Indians ate the buffalo. They made coats and stuff out of the fur and stuff like that. Well, the Native Indians showed the white man how to live, but the white man killed the buffalo so they wouldn't live, so they could starve the Native Indians out. You know what I'm saying? That's evil. That's a savage beast. You know what I'm saying? That's a savage beast. We are the nation not desired. You know what I'm saying? They don't desire us. They never did. Look, along in the Bible was made so many thousands of years ago. It's for our learning now. You know what I'm saying? Look, the 21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Smoother than butter. Why? Because they deceived the native Indians. They were smoother than butter because why? They said, we come in peace. We come in peace. We don't want to harm you, native Indians. No, we come in peace. We're all about peace. Hey, how we get through this winter? Help us be warm. Help us warm our kids. Help us eat. We come in peace. Soon the native Indians let their guards down. They killed the native Indians. They killed the buffalo. You know what I'm saying? They scalped the native Indians. Boy, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But war was in his heart. War was in his mind. You see that? Words of his mouth were smooth. We come in peace. Hey, we want to get along. We just want to live here. We mean you no harm. But all what they was thinking, they wanted to kill those native Indians, and they did. You know? You know? War was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You know? That means, boy, they were soft words. Just help us, please. Help us, please. Come on, we'll leave. Then they came and killed them. They killed the native Indians and stuff like that. The Trail of Tears is hard. The Trail of Tears came through Oklahoma. Where I'm sitting right now, the Trail of Tears came through here. Where the man on Jefferson, well, not Jefferson, I forget. I always forget the guy, the devil's name, the president's name on the $20 bill. Well, anyway, he led the Trail of Tears. He was a general. And he led the Trail of Tears through Oklahoma, where he marched Native Indians across America on feet. Now look, they on horse and wagon, but the Native Indians had to walk. And when the caravan would slow down because the ladies carried the babies, the babies they just had, when they're carrying babies, they slow down the caravan of people walking. So you know what what the president did, $20 bill man did? He rode on his horse and grabbed the baby by his ankles and smashed the baby's head into a tree and killed the babies. This is a true story. This is in the Library of Congress. You know what I'm saying? This is what they did to us. This is what they did to Native Indians. So this is why the Lord is going to pay them back for it. This is why the Lord is going to pay them back for it. This is why in Lamentations said he's going to discover their sins. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. No matter how long you keep it from us, all the evil that they've done is going to come out. The Lord is going to bring it out. The Lord is going to make sure it comes out. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm so amazed at the white man that what he done and why wasn't the Trail of Tears, why wasn't Black Wall Street, why wasn't these things talked about when I was in school? I mean, I graduated high school in 1987. Now, why wasn't I told about the Trail of Tears? Why didn't I hear about it? Why wasn't it in our history books? Why didn't I hear about Black Wall Street in the history books? Why wasn't it in the history books? Why didn't we ever study it in this class? You know? But, hey, the Lord said he's going to discover their sins from all the evil that they've done. You know? Now, let's go to, which one is next here? Let's go to Galatians 6 and 7. Let's go to Galatians 6 and 7. Galatians 6 and 7 says, be not deceived. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You know, Reap means to get back. Get back. You know, like you plant your seeds for your garden to grow. Then you come and you reap the harvest. You reap when everything grows and it blooms and it comes out, you reap the harvest. Well, the oppressor have sowed so much evil unto the 12 tribes of Israel that he's going to reap it. He's going to reap it. And it's going to be by the hands of the Most High. And it's going to be so beautiful when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's what's done. Here's the thing that is for you to do, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. It's for you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. For all these great things that happen, all these miracles in the Bible of Christ coming back, destroying this place and burning this thing to a crisp, burning this country to a crisp, all these things they're going to come to pass. But we're going to have to be obedient unto the Most High. We're going to have to serve the Most High. We got to stop our wickedness. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop our sinful nature. We got to stop all our sins against the Most High. You know? And everything's going to take place. I mean, you see things happening right now. That's why I said, if you're in the world and you watch these classes, you say, yeah, man, I watch the classes, man. They telling some truth, man. They telling some truth, man. You know, if you a Negro sitting like that, you know, I really pray for you, and I hope the Lord don't kill you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so scary for you right now. Because so many things are happening, and time is short. So many things are happening, time is short. And, you know, I really pray that you wake up. You know, because that's what it said, be not deceived, God is not mocked. You know what I'm saying? Because this oppressor is going to get these things back. You know what I'm saying? The oppressor is going to get these things back. And if you sit there and join with him, boy, you're going to get it. You're going to die too. You know what I'm saying? And then when we're in the kingdom and they're in slavery, you want to be them. You're going to be that coon Negro, like the dude that's on Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. The dude that's on Life saying the gun line boss is doing. You're going to be that Negro. You're going to be that Negro in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be that Negro in the kingdom, the one that's saying, hey, show him the gun line, boss. You know, you're going to be him like him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like the gatekeeper or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I mean, we'll give you the privilege of doing whatever. You know, keeping the slaves together. You know what I'm saying? But you will not be in rulership. You will not be in rulership. Like I said, the people, we will be in rulership, but you won't be like the person who are living in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to put in some work now. You got to put in some work now. It's not going to be like everybody. And come on, if everybody's ruling in the kingdom, I mean, come on. Come on. There's going to be some of you Negroes going to be this, you're going to just have a regular job. You know, the people that went against us, people who said, oh, why don't y'all niggas get a job? Why don't y'all stop spreading peace and teaching hate? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have your place too. You know? I'll make sure you go up there and you'll be the one. Oppressor, get out of line, you'll be the one to whip them. You show them the gun line. You know? You know what I'm saying? So you understand that the Most High is not mocked. You know what I'm saying? They are going to reap all the evil that they do. They're going to reap all the evil that they do. You know what I'm saying? And in the time we live in right now, you're going to stand up, and people are going to. Let's go to Luke 6:22. People are going to be against you. People are going to be against you, and you know, your family is going to be against you. Your relatives, your mom and pops, your kids, they're going to be against you because you are in that cult. You with them brothers them evil brothers, you know what I'm saying? They call us everything, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be with them, that evil cult. Niggas, the brothers that be on social media saying the oppressor is the devil, going against them. You know, people are going to separate you. It says it right here in Luke 6:22. says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, you know, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. You see that? Cast out your name. Everything I said before I read the precept is what they do. You know? Separate you from their company. Oh, they separate you. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers and sisters, their parents, their mothers separated them. I mean, they just separated from them. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Their kids don't like what they're in their cult. You know? Man. And cast out your name as evil. They call us evil as I don't know what. And we stand for the Most High in Christ. We stand and listen for so Christ can get his kingdom. For Christ to get his kingdom, this is what why we teach, why we do the job that we do. So Christ can get his kingdom for Son of Man's sake. That's what it says at the end of the precept. For the Son of Man's sake. Cast out the name as evil. You know, they cast out the Isupk under command of Junior Honor. They cast out our name as evil. The Southern Poverty Law Center calls us one of the #1 hate groups, you know, in America. They cast out our name as evil for the Son of Man's sake, for Christ's sake. You know, they do all this to us, you know what I'm saying? Because we lift up Christ. We don't condemn Christ. We don't go against Christ. We don't go against the Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? We doing all this so Christ can come and have his kingdom. But all the evil people, they say we're evil. They say we're going against Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because they're twisted Christians. You know what I'm saying? Because they're white people. You know? So they go against everything. Now, I got Greece from 6 and 7. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job 20 and 30. Let's go to Job 20 and 30. Oh, Salaki. Job 21. Sorry. Let's go to Job 21 and 30. Job 21 and 30 says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Yeah. They'll be brought forth to the day of wrath. They reserved for. You know? The oppressor, he's reserved for the day of destruction. So when the Lord is destroying this place, he reserved them for that, to destroy them right along with it. So if you join with the oppressor, what you think going to happen to you? I mean, come on. What you think going to happen to you? It said the wicked is reserved for the day of destruction. You know? The Lord got that waiting for them. Destruction, the day of destruction. That's why he let them rule and everything. But now it's time that what? Hey, time is short now. Now it's time for us to come together because the Lord have them for the day of destruction. The Lord have them in power, so when he send Christ, he can destroy them. That's what the Bible's talking about. See, we're so destroyed. We got Negroes that come up, pastors that teach the white man not the devil. The devil's the devil. The devil is in hell with red horns and a tail. That's dumb, stupid. You got to be a dumb idiot. You are dumber than a box of bricks if you say the devil is a red man underground waiting for a pitchfork to stick you with a pitchfork. I mean, that is stupidity. That's not even in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But Christ did call the white man, the Romans, the devil. You know? In John 8 and 44. You know? But in this precept, he said the wicked is reserved for the day of destruction. The Lord got them where He got them ready for it. So this is why we're telling you that we got to change your ways. You got to come out of this place. You got to come out of this madness. You got to come out of your sin. Because the laws, they're the only thing that protect us. The only thing that's going to protect you in the day of destruction is by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments right now. That's the only thing that's going to protect you from the wrath of the Most High. You know? Come on. He said they shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. That's the Lord's wrath coming down on the earth. That's World War III. That's World War III. And after World War III, that's thermonuclear warfare. That's everything you can imagine. All the evil that you can imagine that can be done to people, it's going to be done by the hands of the Most High. By the hands of the Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's the day of destruction that the Bible's talking about. And it's sad that you go to a church. You go to a church and you listen to a pastor talk about the white man not your enemy, the devil's the enemy. You are a dummy. Good grief. That happens, you know. I'm watching a video with a pastor and they're going against Captain Meshock in D.C., you know. And it's so sad that this late day in time, so much information is on social media, and you still got pastors in the church teaching you that there's a little red man in the center of the earth with a tail and horns and a pitchfork. It's going to poke you with the pitchfork. You're going to stick the pitchfork in your butt or something. I mean, it's stupidity. But you still got people believing that. And you still got pastors teaching that. Christianity is not only satanic, it's idiotic. It doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, but the Bible says the wicked is reserved for the day of destruction. Talking about that day when Christ is going to come down with the chariots of the Lord and all the angels, and they're going to destroy this place. That's what the Bible's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to get payback for all of the evil that they done to us. That's God's vengeance. The Bible's talking about God's vengeance. See, and that's the sad part about Christianity. Christianity teaches about all the wonderful things and the devil going to do this and the devil going to do that. No. The oppressor is the devil. The oppressor is the devil. The white man is the devil. He carries out the spirit of Satan. He comes after Satan. He has the spirit of Satan to what? Make us sinful unto the Most High. Make us sinful unto the Most High. So what? Christ can never come. So if you got a devil keeping us sinful to the Most High, Christ can never come. If you're giving us drugs and cigarettes to smoke, you know what I'm saying? And all evil to make us evil to one another and be sinful unto the Most High, nobody can change and get right. Nobody can be lawful unto the Most High. Everybody will be, all the Israelites who Christ came and died and coming back for are being wicked. So Christ can never come back. That's what the Bible's about, you dumb Christians. You know what I'm saying? And if you offended, because I call you dumb Christians, be offended. Because it's time out. Too many people are dying and too many prophecies are being fulfilled for you to still be stuck on stupid. And still thinking the dumb Christian way you think. So if you're offended, be offended. You know what I'm saying? Be offended. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they jar the stupidity in your brains. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go to, let me see. Let's go to Isaiah 33:1. Let's go to Isaiah 33:1. Check this out. Isaiah 33:1 says, woe to thee. And woe to thee. Woe means, that's an old Quaker English word for destruction. Now, woe means, woe means destruction. And it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoilest. You see, spoiled in the Bible means conquered. Woe to you to conquer somebody, and you was not conquered. And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. Boy, good gracious. You see that? When you cease to conquer, when you try to really, look, one white pastor said, y'all better stop treating black people bad because black people are God's chosen people. They of the 12 tribes of Israel. They trying to cease. He's trying to cease from spoil. But it's too late now. It's too late now. Now our king is on his way. Now Christ is coming, and we're going to spoil you. When you cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, thou shalt deal treacherously. Look, then Slakia, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Good Lord. You see that? It's only righteous. It's only righteous. Come on, you telling me that's not righteous? That's God's righteousness. You reap what you sow. Things you do, you can get back done to you. That's God's righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're ready to stop and say, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we're going to deal treacherously with you. Boy, this is the Bible. This is the Bible. Oh, what's the definition of treacherous? The definition of treacherous is involving betrayal or deception. Man. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? This Bible is our Bible. It's our Constitution. It's our Constitution. It's all about us. It's all about us and the things that we've done in the past, the things that we are doing right now, and the things that we're going to do in the future. It's our Constitution. It's all about us. It's all about us. Slovakia. What was that? Oh, guilty. Yeah, thing. You know what I'm saying? So the Bible it's our way of getting back to the Most High. It's our way of getting back to the Most High, being righteous unto the Most High, and keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments. Doing something righteous unto the Most High that He'll be well pleased of us doing, and then we can get out of here. If you love being in captivity, then come on, that's crazy. That's crazy, and you don't understand the captivity that we are in. You know what I'm saying? So in the Isupk, under Commander in Yahawadah, we teach you and let you understand and open your minds up to this truth and take the chains you have on your brain to just being sinful unto the Most High. Takes all the Christianity off your brain, because we are the people that are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not knowing that the Bible is about us and for us, and it holds all our solutions, So with that, I'm going to end this class. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, the Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahawadah. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to court for a period of 6 months. Then after the 6 months, they will be permitted to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 21 and 8 and Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Ma'ashara, which means tenth in Hebrew, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory. Whatever amount you want to give, you can just give to that school. Check your bulletin boards in your school or Isupk.com for all upcoming holy convocations. We have the cookout come up in Harlem, New York. We have the cookout coming up. So make sure you get in touch with Isupk.com and you'll get all the information on the cookout coming up in New York at the end of August, at the end of this month, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? So that's the next holy convocation that's coming up. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, shirt, pants, boots, and headpiece. With that, I'm saying, Marjam, I'm salute everybody out. All right, men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahawadah Shimon Shabbat to the brothers. Now to the sisters, men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat. Yahweh Shema Elatah by Shema Shah. Shalom Israel.